What's going on, Detroit Lions fans? We got to talk about a new weapon. We got to talk about a new potential playmaker we have on this Detroit Lions team. If you don't know who I'm talking about, if you don't use Twitter or you just don't know what's going on with the Detroit Lions, welcome in. I'm here to give you that information. We're talking about Darice Fountain, a guy that I remember from a couple last year. I'm being on the practice squad eventually, but I don't think we're talking practice squad with Darice Fountain anymore. I think we found something here. I think it might have just taken him a little bit of time to get his legs under him, get used to the NFL. Darice Fountain has been absolutely blowing up my feed on Twitter. So I had to do some digging. I have to do some research. I got to do some homework. I got to do the homework so you guys don't have to. You could just sit back, relax, enjoy the show. All I ask you to do is hit that like button. That's all I ask of you. Darice Fountain, listen, this kid is an athletic freak. And I'm a little surprised that he's just now kind of coming around from the University of Northern Iowa. Let's just take a look at some of his measurements. Let's just take a look at some of that first, and I'm going to get into some stuff that I see from a mentor from the Detroit Lions that I really like and I really respect. So let's just take a look at Mr. Fountain here. 6'1", 210 pounds. I don't think he ran at the combine. This is where I had to do some homework. I did not see his I looked up his combine card. I could not find his workout category stats, whatever you want to call it. So I don't think he worked out at the combine. I think he did a Northern Iowa pro day, and that's where I had to do a little digging here. 6'1", 210 pounds, a 40 time of 4.46. That's good speed. That's pretty good. It's not elite. I'd say that's above average, but here's what it really, really impresses me. 42.5-inch vertical. That is really high. That is a phenomenal vertical jump. And why do I bring that up? Because it got me a little interested. I was doing some research on him and an interview that he was doing after practice. And he was saying, someone asked him, what do you think your strength is as a wide receiver? And he said, I can jump. I can jump. I think he said jump about 10 times. Like, throw the ball up, let him make a play. We've been talking all off season. Who's replacing Josh Reynolds? Who's going to be that big X receiver? A lot of us wanted Xavier Leggett in the draft and a couple other guys. There are some trade scenarios thrown out there this offseason. Brandon Ayuk's been mentioned. I don't think we need him. I think we have Darice Fountain. I think he's going to do just fine. 42.5-inch vertical. Let's just picture this on the 5-yard line, 10-yard line. Let's just call it the red zone. Let's just say from the 20 in. You could just throw a ball up. How many corners are going to be able to jump 42 inches to high point of football better than Darice Fountain? And I'm not saying that that's going to be his one trick or that's the one thing he can do. I think with that speed, if he can kind of avoid getting jammed at the line of scrimmage and get quick, easy releases, this kid's going to be a problem. Good speed, good size, athleticism, can jump, literally the perfect makings of a wide receiver. I don't have any knocks on his attributes or his stats. For me, I think I just need to see some actual reps myself and some game film that we're going to see next week. Hopefully, I think he's going to get a lot of looks next week when we have our first preseason game. I'm really liking this kid. I don't think, as it sits today, I know it's early. I know it's still training camp. It's very early. We're all excited. We're talking about who's making the team, who's not making the team. I don't think we have to have that discussion with Darice Fountain anymore. I think he's making the team. I think it's just a matter of what's his role going to be? What's his impact? How many reps will he get? How many snaps? Will he get targets? I think those are the questions we need to start asking, not is he going to make this team? I think he will, because he's already getting first team reps with the offense and Jared Goff. I think that's a sign. Now, is he going to be an absolute like fantasy football weapon? No, probably not. But is he a guy we can get the football to maybe 3 times? And I know that's not a crazy number, but we got a lot of mouths to feed. I think he's just that kind of guy that can stretch the defense with Jamison Williams, who's got phenomenal speed as well. Just stretch the defense, be a bigger body receiver, block, do everything right, earn the right to get the football. You know what they say here in Detroit: no block, no rock. Now, I've gotten you guys his stats. I've given you his measurements, all that. Here's what I really love is he was asked, he was really thinking about hanging it up. This is a guy that was considering retirement last season. And you know who pulled him back in for one more year? Our very own Khalif Raymond. Just the all around guy, man. I love Khalif Raymond. I love his versatility. This isn't a show about Khalif Raymond, but while I'm digging and I'm doing this research on Darice Fountain, I see this interview. He's being asked, what brought you back to football? I know you were close to retire, and what kind of sparked that drive back into you, Khalif Raymond? He said, when I hang him up and it's all done, all said and done, and if I ever write a book, it will feature Khalif Raymond. That's the kind of impact that he's had on his career. Just kind of motivating him, man. Even after a bad day of practice, I saw something that I'm sorry, not Alexander, Fountain had a bad day of practice, and Khalif came up to him and was kind of like, hey, man, I'm going to let you sit there and sulk. You do your thing. Feel bad about yourself, but this next stage of practice, I need you to bring that fire. So do whatever you got to do right now. In a couple minutes here, I need that fire back. I love that, man. Khalif just kind of knew. I feel like Khalif probably just had a really good vibe on what was going on. He's been around the league for a little while. He's seen a lot of stuff. Probably just said, all right, I'm going to let this guy sulk, let him have his moment. But when we get back out there, that dog better be coming back out. I think that's kind of how that conversation went. So I love Khalif, man. This guy's kind of bounced around for a little bit. Started out drafted by Indy, picked up by Chicago, Kansas City. Now he's found a home here at the Detroit Lions. I think we actually found a solid playmaker here. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be talking if he makes the team. I think we're going to be talking that what's his role going to be? Is he going to get reps? Is he going to get looks? Is he going to get targets? That kind of stuff, guys. So just kind of a short little episode. Wanted to talk some Darice Fountain. If you guys don't know who he is, start paying attention on Twitter. Get on YouTube, look up some stuff, do a little homework. Give me you guys what I have. Leave some comments down below. Stick around. Hit that like button, guys. I'll be back later with another show.